You think once you've booked a cruise, the rules stay the same until you sail? You're wrong. Cruise lines quietly change policies all the time, often after you've paid, sometimes even after you've boarded. And if you don't know these new rules in advance, it doesn't just cost you convenience. It can cost you money, access, time, and in some cases, your entire vacation experience. Today on SHIPVERSE, I'm walking you through 9 new rules and changes cruise lines are quietly making, structured as a step-by-step, phase-based checklist, so you know exactly what to do in the correct order from start to finish. If you follow this properly, you'll cruise smarter, safer, cleaner, faster, and cheaper. If you skip ahead or ignore parts of this, you risk learning these rules the hard way. Let's start at the only place that matters. Phase Fund Pre-Booking Reality Check. Purpose: avoid paying for benefits that no longer exist. Step 1. Recheck what fare inclusions actually mean. Now action before final payment. Read what your fare includes line by line, not what it used to include. Why it matters: many cruise lines have quietly removed things like daily cabin service frequency, free room service items, complimentary dining times, or priority boarding from standard fares. What goes wrong if skipped? You board expecting daily full-service housekeeping or free late-night food, and suddenly you're paying per delivery or living with reduced service. Pro tip: cruise lines often update inclusions under operational adjustments instead of policy changes. These updates usually don't trigger refund eligibility. Step 2. Check age-based and tier-based access rules. Action confirm which areas, shows, and dining venues are now restricted by age or loyalty tier. Why it matters: some ships now restrict observation decks, lounges, or even pools during peak hours. What goes wrong if skipped? You plan your evenings around a venue you're not allowed into without elite status. Insider detail: these restrictions are often enforced more strictly on newer ships, where crowd flow is a bigger issue. Phase 20. Documentation and boarding changes. Purpose: prevent delays, denied boarding, or last-minute panic. Step 30. Digital check in. Timing now matters more than ever. Action complete online check in the minute it opens. Why it matters: boarding groups are now algorithm-based, not first come at the port. What goes wrong if skipped? You arrive early but board late, losing lunch reservations or embarkation day activities. Pro tip: some cruise lines assign earlier boarding to guests who upload documents first, not those who arrive first. Step 4. Health declarations are still active, just quieter action. Read health questionnaires carefully and answer truthfully. Why it matters: random onboard health checks are back on some itineraries. What goes wrong if skipped? Inaccurate declarations can lead to cabin isolation, denied excursions, or even removal at port. Little known fact: cruise lines share health flags internally across sailings for repeat guests. Phase 30. Cabin reality and housekeeping changes. Purpose: set your cabin up correctly from day 1. Step 5. Housekeeping is no longer automatic. In many cases, action request your preferred cleaning schedule immediately after boarding. Why it matters: many ships default to once daily or on-request service only. What goes wrong if skipped? You return to an unserviced cabin late at night with no towel replacements available. Pro tip: early requests get priority. Late requests often get denied due to staffing caps. Step 6. In cabin amenities are increasingly opt-in action. Ask what items require requests or fees, like robes, ice delivery, or extra pillows. Why it matters: complimentary doesn't always mean automatic anymore. What goes wrong if skipped? You're charged later or told supplies are unavailable. Insider detail: inventory limits are now tracked digitally per deck. Phase 4. Dining and beverage rule shifts. Purpose: avoid long waits, surprise charges, and missed meals. Step 7. Dining times are now dynamic, not fixed. Action confirm dining availability daily, not just once. Why it matters: once. Ships now adjust dining access based on demand and crowd flow. What goes wrong if skipped? You show up expecting open seating and face a 45-minute wait. Pro tip: app-based reservations refresh throughout the day. Check again mid-afternoon. Step 80. Beverage package rules are stricter. Action: learn exactly where and when your package applies. Why it matters: many packages no longer work on private islands, embarkation day, or certain venues. What goes wrong if skipped? You order confidently and get charged anyway. Little known fact: some specialty bars intentionally stock brands outside package limits. Phase shore excursions and port access. Purpose: day prevent missed ports and wasted money. Step 9. Independent excursions carry more risk. Now action to build buffer time if booking outside the cruise line. Why it matters: cruise lines are less forgiving about late returns. What goes wrong if skipped? You watch your ship sail without you. Pro tip: new tracking tech lets ships know exactly who's missing and why. Phase 6 and onboard tech and app dependency purpose. Stay functional without frustration. Step 10: the ship app is now mandatory, not optional. Action: download and test the app before sailing. Why it matters: MENA schedules, messaging, and even muster drills rely on it. What goes wrong if skipped? You miss updates, location changes, or emergency instructions. Insider detail: paper schedules are being phased out quietly fleet-wide. Phase 70: payment and account monitoring purpose. Stop silent spending leaks. Step 11: and charges post faster and dispute slower. Action: check your onboard account daily. Why it matters: some fees now auto post without confirmation. What goes wrong if skip errors pile up and become harder to reverse after disembarkation? Pro tippy: screenshot discrepancies immediately. It speeds up resolution. Phase 80: disembarkation and post. Cruise changes purpose, leave smoothly, and protect future travel. Step 1: disembark times are stricter. Action: follow assigned exit times exactly. Why it matters: ports now fine ships for delays. What goes wrong if skipped? You miss flights or transfers. Little known fact: priority disembarkation is sometimes sold, not earned. Phase 9: loyalty program quiet resets. Purpose: protect your long-term cruise value. Step 30: points and perks now expire differently. Action: review loyalty terms after every sailing. Why it matters: programs are shifting from lifetime perks to rolling activity models. What goes wrong if skipped? You lose benefits without realizing it. Insider details: status matching between brands is becoming more limited. Before we end, let's cover the biggest traps to avoid. Don't assume last year's rules apply today. Don't rely on printed materials over the app. Don't ignore fine print because it's always been that way. And never assume something is free unless it's written clearly. Cruise lines aren't trying to ruin your vacation. They're trying to manage crowds, costs, and behavior. The advantage goes to the passengers who understand the system. Now I want to hear from you. Which of these changes surprised you the most, or have you already been caught by one of them on a recent cruise? If this helped you cruise smarter, give it a like, drop your experience in the comments, and subscribe to SHIPVERSE for honest cruise insights most people only learn after it's too late. And when you're ready, watch my next video on the biggest cruise mistakes first-time and repeat cruisers still make. It connects directly to what you learned today.